Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins and ghouls, and space cadets of all ages. I am Natanis, Likens, and welcome back to Empyrion. So we left off. We were working on the captain's yacht that I reclaimed. So we got a little bit more work to do on that. I don't know why I've got that in my inventory. You know, if this is a dead planet with no oxygen, how come there's wind blowing? Care to explain that one to me? All right, so we left off working on that. We need to get back to working on this thing at some point, because that's going to be our next ship, our big ship. And what I was thinking here is, I don't know, skip 4 of those. How much fuel do we even have in that thing? I actually have no idea how much fuel is in this. I actually want to try and use this thing today. Ah! Java. Java, Java, Java. Now the question is, where are we going to put these landing gears at? Okay, it won't let me do that. Apparently ship's got to be a little bit higher. And I have a solution for this. We're just going to go and use the drone. I didn't realize it's got all those little pieces there. I don't know what this whole thing is supposed to even be like right here. Yeah, let's put one there. And then I've got one more. We really should. Yeah, let's just put it there. And that should allow this to set evenly. And hopefully not fall over either. Yes, that works really well, actually. I'm not sure about what to do with this section here, but I think that does work really, really well. Okay. So we've got to, there's one little issue we got with this, and that's over here, this corner over here. We gotta fix this. This is a little bit of a problem here. And I thought we were gonna have to scoot this back 2, but it looks like we only need to scoot it back 1. However, the problem is we need to scoot all of that section back. From there all the way to the back. We've got to scoot that backwards. I don't think we're going to texture it just yet because we got to clean up some textures in places. Isn't this... We're over. Didn't I... I didn't. Okay, yeah, so that's there. It's funny that this is a smaller ship and it's going to take more CPU power. My own personal bedroom here. And we got the storage here. We still got to clean this up some. All right, commands. Because the reason for this is we need access to a specific menu to do that. Which again, it's something that I don't understand why it's not part of the base game. Do we need creative? I think it's creative that we need. No, it's not creative. Which one is it? Oh, we need creative mode is what we need. That one I don't have written down. I've got to look that one up. 1 second. Keyboard. Oh, it's change mode. Okay. There we go. Now we should have access. Yeah, there we go. So we got access to that now. And we're only doing this because you don't have access to that in normal gameplay. I want this thing off the ground a little bit. Might need to put some fuel in it. Whoa. That was some serious lag. Alright. So give me a block. And then this and this. Okay, cool. We need... Basically, we've got to go from there. all the way to this one. Whoops. Okay, with this one, we're just gonna go up one more and back. This is gonna screw up a lot of blocks, but like I said, we don't really have much of a choice in how we go about doing this. Okay, so that should get this here. And then we are going to take all of that. Okay, that's gonna screw with the thrusters if we don't. Okay. One. We're gonna have to take the walls with us. And I guess we can leave the... Yeah, we can leave the turrets where they are. Alright, so copy and cut. And I was gonna say, can we undo that? Because that, I think we caused a major problem. So there's a lot of things that are off kilter now. Uh-oh. Why is that the same thing over here? No. Alright. I'll take those blocks. Whoa. I'm sorry, what? What? We're on a planet. What? What? What's going on here? Chat, help me out. What is going on here? Why am I flying? Oh, you know what? Because we're still in creative mode. That's why we're flying. Okay, yeah, that's gonna throw me for a loop a little bit. I'm thinking there we do something different. That we can just fill in this. Yeah, we can just do that, but that kind of kills this. But that's fine. Ah! No, go there. Hang on, this is gonna drive me crazy. There we go. And there wasn't a block missing there. So we still got a few blocks missing there, which is fine. Hang on, hang on. Oh, we still got a whole section missing here. Oh, look at this is screwed up now. Yeah, those should have been up against the wall, but that's fine. So what I'm thinking here is that we don't place a block. That way you got kind of a interesting little divot there. Instead of like flat out fixing that, you just got a weird divot. I don't understand what's going on with this. Okay, no I do. That needs to just stay like that. Okay. Honestly, why don't we do... Yeah, something like that. Okay, have we gotten everything fixed except for one stupid thing? I don't know what happened to this. Where did it go? I don't understand why this is hollow either. We're gonna need a new ramp. Why are we getting hot? Oh, right, we got a whole issue going on here still. We gotta fill that in too. Trying to think, like, what do I actually want here? I think that'll be fine. I am thinking, because originally what I wanted to do here was put in another large fuel tank. I think we can sneak another one in right there. I need to get a ramp for that right there. And then we need to get a CPU in there, and I think I will put one RCS up there. I don't think we need more than one. Yeah, we got stuff to go off and do. Okay, I was looking that I was looking at this earlier. Where did I see those? Right there. I really don't know if I want to use that for this. Yeah, I think to be on the safe side, we need to. Because otherwise we could blow a generator and that would be really bad. It's only going to require one, so I don't see any harm doing that. Oh, now I can get a ramp. Yeah. Going the wrong place. Genius. Absolute genius. You know, there is some problems with actually trying to use this thing. That doesn't go down far enough. I wonder, was this a SV that somebody upscaled to a CV? Because this doesn't reach. And it doesn't matter how long I look at this, it will never reach. Hmm. That will have to do. Oh, because I did that. That's where that material came from earlier. Oh, stupid. Alright. So we're gonna put this here. And that there. I wonder why this switch is here. Okay, there. Those are on. I've still got to figure out this, and our little storage over here has got to be bigger. Did I never check that before? Alright, so those are there. I think we might be good on some of that. Oh, I need... definitely not that much. Let's just say 20. Just be safe. Oh, you don't have any fuel. We'll just make these things run for a lot longer. And they will produce oxygen for us for a very, very, very long time. Should go up and check the other ones, but that's a little bit of a long walk. I don't feel like doing that. We could probably take one of our other vessels and go check on it. Like, I wouldn't mind taking the helicopter over there. That'd be a cool thing to take. We don't have any ammo for this thing either. So we got all this defense on it and no ammo for it. We got 250,000 right now. $275,000. Oh, right. Okay, so that's that. This one we actually lost a little bit. What is this in here? Okay, there, that's maxed out again. You know, I could actually put a bigger... We could put the thicker glass window right here. You know what? We're just gonna do that. I don't have any of those on me right this second, but... Oh. I forgot about this. I thought I only brought 2. Hmm. Oh, because we just took that one out. Duh. Duh. Alright, let's go. Honestly, I'm starting to feel like I need a little shuttle to get around here. You might end up becoming a little shuttle. Do. I can't think of anything else we need right this second. You know, it's also funny, this is a much smaller ship, and it requires, you know, another CPU core. Alright. Now, how are we going to do this? Because that was, like, right here. And because it was a full block, it was taking up the entire space. This isn't going to take up the entire space. It's not the one I want. And technically, we can't even stand there because of this. I was thinking, and I'm thinking we're just going to go ahead and do this. And that is, we'll have the outer one. We're going to put 2 layers here. Lost connection, the connection is back. Now, another thing is right here, because I was thinking... And see, you're not going to be able to see this because you got this kind of weird block work going on right here. And that's kind of what was here originally. Not that particular shape, but they had like a slanted window here. I thought this would be an interesting thing to actually do. Can we change this? Like, okay, maybe not this side of it. Okay, so we don't have that slanted piece for here. Oh, we don't have that shape either? You gotta be kidding me. Hmm. So we got this one, but we don't have the thin block. We got this guy, but we don't have the one that has the quarter taken off the top, too. Huh. Huh. I know that's gonna look weird there, but... See, I don't want that there. And I don't want to do that either, because that... On this side, it just doesn't look right. Okay, what if... I mean, that looks kind of weird with the doorway, but... Yeah, that does work a lot better. I was also thinking we could move the fridge, because we got this extra space here now, we can move the fridge in here. I don't know that we can move the food processor. I mean, we're going to, but I don't think there's like a good way to do this without obstructing view somehow. Actually, yes. We'll do it backwards, what I was thinking. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, that looks kind of weird. Oh, I was gonna put those there. Hmm. That doesn't match up at all. Because that whole block is incorrect. I don't think that was any kind of special shaped. Oh no. I'd have to use God mode to get to it. Alright, let's figure this out. Because I'm feeling like we're just going to shove a bunch of blocks in here. Oh, it's already got one there. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking we're literally just gonna fill this in. I literally don't see any other option there. Okay, this one is pretty well encased. We're missing a block right here. Oh, you know what? How? Okay. We apparently also lost a couple of sentry guns. They just straight up vanished. I'm actually surprised that this thing's still running, because it doesn't have much fuel in it whatsoever. Yeah. You know, the one thing about doing that is that means that we got a few brown blocks showing. Hmm. I don't I don't actually know what these are supposed to be for. Alright, I've got an idea how to hide those, so I'm just going for it. You know what? I may not have an idea how to hide that. Not exactly what I was thinking here. See, if you do that, I mean, that works, but that's not what I want. Or at least it's not in the direction I want it. I mean, I could do that one. Maybe there's not one for what I was thinking. See, that would go up against there, but it's not covering the spot that I was thinking. Maybe there isn't a shape for that. So, back to the drawing board. Alright, so we got a triangle shape there, and we need to cover a flat area here. And say that's not right. Alright, so now we just need a triangle. Oh, we're right back to the piece that I was originally thinking. Really? Oh, so I was right the first time with this. I just didn't realize that that's the piece that I needed. Alright, so all of our grove plots are now covered up. We got kind of a weird thing going on here. I am half tempted to actually remove these small blocks and make this all flush. I'm really tempted. Whoops. Alright, this thing still needs a little bit of work. I'm actually kind of tempted to forego the, like, detailed part up here. Just a little bit. Yeah, that looks fine to me. I'll worry about the inner area later. I'm not even sure that I like this. I do think it has a nice contrast to it. I don't know, maybe. Maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. I'm not sure. Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Some of the angle blocks have weird patterns for how their paint goes on. Like, it's not exactly how how you would think it would go on there. Oh, you can't see that one. Yeah, this I'm not too sure about. All right, let's juice her up and take her out for a test drive. We need to add more signs, though. I don't think any of the names have actually changed, even though we're at like last I looked, we're at 102. We finally crossed that threshold for 100 viewers. Granted, we got like no viewers like actively watching right this second. It's fine. We did cross that, and at some point we will get to work on the Minecraft. Thank you for getting us to 100. I'm not sure how far I want to go with that either. I had an original idea that I wanted to do with it, but actually, let's hold on to that stuff for a minute. I forgot what I was going to do with that. I mean, I didn't forget what I wanted to do. I forgot to do it, is what I meant. Oh, there is one problem with that helicopter. It's every time that I got out of the control, it's like whoever designed that, I don't know how you're expected to get in and out of it, because that is a nightmare. Okay, yeah, this is not gonna work like I thought. Yeah, we got all these. All these bits and bobs down below it too. And this thing actually ran out of fuel. I was wondering when that was gonna happen. It has officially run out of fuel. Yeah, it ain't gonna work up here either. I mean, we could put it there, but that's just gonna look weird that part of it's hanging off. Yeah, let's not even worry about it. Ooh, that took all of those. I didn't even completely fill it. I don't know why this is lagging right now. I don't know if anybody noticed that, but there's a slight lag with me trying to put things into a storage for whatever reason. Okay, I don't know how many this is gonna make. Let's just do 200 of those. Oh, wait, I need to go fill it up. I also don't know how many crops we got currently. So we got plenty of plant protein. We could definitely take those and put it in there. Those, I don't really want the corn. Spice. I don't know what all we can make currently. Oh, we need nutrient solution. And that was it. We could only make that. So we got a few that we can put in there. Not many. I'm surprised we don't have more nutrient solution. What does it take for that? Can I not make that here? Oh, it is there. Stone dust is probably what I'm missing there. Yeah, we don't have any more stone. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're gonna get more stone here in a minute anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I don't even know where I would put that one. So let's go off and test this thing. We should have enough pentaxid now. We could probably fill it. Because that stopped moving, so we should... Oh, wrong container. Yeah, 200. It's actually going to be just slightly more than it can hold, but it's fine because we're not actually using the volume. We're not using volume and weight, so. Well, this thing's got laser drills on it, so we should be able to get like an asteroid or two. No. So, do we need another? We're just barely over. And I don't even have constructors in here. That is a slight problem. I didn't think about the constructors. Yeah, so we might as well turn that off because we don't have any weaponry. We don't have any ammo for weaponry. She is a bit slow. Oh, we... Generator, gravity, hangar door, equipment, cockpit, ammo, defense. Why? Why? Grow, gravity, light, maintenance, ventilator, passenger, ramp, RCS, tractor, scanning. Oh, hello. You're like right there. I guess let's just go over here to this. We don't really need silicone. We're just testing this thing out right now. We do have a problem with the lack of defense at the moment. Oh, really? At the very least, we got shields right this second. Nothing else, but we do have shields. So we do have a sight problem. I don't know if you guys can tell what that problem is. The laser drills are a little bit too far apart. It'll work nonetheless. This adding those on there was just kind of like an idea that I had. I was like, that's like a perfect spot to have something. And my first thought was laser drills because we do need something that can mine asteroids without leaving our ship vulnerable. I don't know of any way to get around that problem either. Unless I added more drills to it in weird places. I think it's fine. This will probably work. At least for now, it'd probably work. We still got a big problem with defense. Putting that one RCS in there, this thing, it definitely flies a lot better with one. Yeah, I think we did a good job putting this back together. It's a little bit weird with all the lights on the bottom, but yeah, I definitely think it's a good little ship that we put back together. We're not even fully using it for its capabilities at the moment, but yeah, it does have that big area for grow plots, which I haven't put any plants down. Um, We got plenty of storage on this thing. I don't know that this would become our like permanent ship either, because this is more or less like, hey, let's take something and rebuild it, and that's exactly what we did. We rebuilt this ship. We did have to change it a little bit, but I think it's a lot better as it is. Especially with the bedroom, because I didn't like the bedroom setup on the original build. It was like a little hole in the side. I mean, at least now we've got a full-on room. Oh, that's that's that marker. Whoops. I don't think they'll send anything after us, but I do have to be advised of anything coming at us. I would like to have a long-distance radar. Yeah. Oh, wow. So I used up more time than I thought I did tonight. So it's already 9:30. Well, not quite, but it's basically 9:30. It's 9:22. It's closer to 9:30 than it is to 9 o'clock. So I think let's go off and find our mining nodes. Again, we do have the problem of we don't have any defense. Yeah, as you can see, when you got capital vessel mining drills, it just makes short work of it, because you're getting a lot more at once than with the small vessel. So threats really aren't that big of a deal, because once you're mining like this, it goes so quick, and if you do become under attack, you can just leave. Whereas the small vessel, I gotta go dock the small vessel and then jump out of the small vessel, go and get to the captain's chair, which, depending on the size of the ship, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but depending on the size of the ship, yeah, you're gonna be vulnerable to attack for quite a while doing that. It is what it is. And I do have my problems with how the game plays. Like, the you really, really need a way to have one ship do everything. And unfortunately, that's just not possible with how it's set up. Excuse me, with how it's set up. Brighter motorer. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. I just wanted to come over here and check this real quick. Oh, that's not the... This is. Yeah, we got quite a bit of stuff here. And yeah, that's only like 45,000 out of 3,200,000. I'm not sure I like how that matches up there. I would probably change that to a full, not really a full block, but the one angled block. Ooh, that's a hot zone right there. That is a lot of lights on the bottom of this thing. That is way too much. I am so glad that we grabbed this ship because this thing looks so cool. It almost screams Star Wars to me. I don't know if anybody else sees it. It's just the octagonal shape that not really a lot of Star Wars ships have, but there's like a few of the big popular ones that are like that. And I mean, like, obviously the Millennium Falcon, and then the Ebon Hawk also is got kind of an octangular shape to it. The Razor Crest, not so much. That's my version of the Razor Crest I'm still not happy with. It looks too much like a box. It I know there's versions out there and I think I have one, but it's just not a shape that is really doable inside of Empyrion. Now, I do think there's some small vessel versions of the Razor Crest that work perfectly fine for it. There's just a problem with what utilities you have in a CV versus a capital vessel that the Razor Crest would probably have. Okay. Yep, yep, yep. I don't have any way of fighting back. And that thing's shooting me from very far away. Way too far away for my comfort. I don't think we took any block damage, but we'll have to heal it up at some point. Yeah, we still got more work to do on this thing. Like adding ammo to it. We gotta do the entire color palette on the interior. And definitely more on the exterior. We just did a base job as far as like what color just to get something down. And we did like a bare minimum of texture work on it too. Unfortunately, we cannot use the drills on the planet side, so you still need an SV for when you go to planets and you want to drill out stuff. You still gotta have an SV. Unfortunately, but that's just how the game works. Which is another thing that I was thinking about doing with this thing is I was gonna extend it, like take the very center there and copy it and paste it like a little bit further down, and then add some uh, hangar doors to it. Oh, this thing is definitely bigger than my pathetic attempt at a Razor Crest. Like, this thing is so much wider. I thought this thing was smaller than my Razor Crest. No, this thing's bigger. It's not as long, but why can't I turn? It's definitely not as long as the Razor Crest, but like, why the hell can't I turn? I'm going to take some of that stone out of there. Yeah, let's go ahead and like turn this off. We still got a little bit of work to do with it. There's no reason to keep that running. I don't think it'd be a problem to put the... I don't think it's a problem to put the crops in there. I'm gonna take some of the stone out and put it over here. Ooh, is it gonna... Does it need to be stone dust? Will it work with just regular stone? Yes, it will. Yeah, okay, so it's just straight up taking the crushed stone. Okay, that's fine by me. Ooh, look at all that stone we got. Seeing as we're short on time here because I went off on a tangent of building for so long instead of doing something, let's just expand the platform some more. What were we doing? Like every 3 we were expanding? What do you mean by that? I don't know why I did that just then. There's something underneath my pinky, and it wasn't enjoyable. What? It wasn't anything to be concerned of either. It's literally the one of the cables has a like a rubber tie on it, and I never removed the tie, so it was getting stuck on my pinky as I'm trying to push control. You know, a while back, and you know, you'll have to excuse the mic position because I got just a very basic mic stand here. Uh, a bigger YouTuber uh, brought a whole bunch of his buddies together and was saying, like, you know, uh, everybody's got their quirks and everything for how they play. And he was trying to like make a point that he's not the worst one out there. Like there are people that do far weirder things, and his is still pretty weird. But some of the other people's setup is just absolutely insane. And I kind of have to like agree with him on like being ridiculed for something that really isn't that bad compared to what everybody else is doing. And I'm wondering like who else out there has some kind of quirk with how they play. I don't have any kind of quirks. Nothing whatsoever. I mean, I play pretty standard. Probably the only thing that people would probably ridicule me for is this. And I can't even show you what I'm doing. I am sitting Indian style right now. Um, I can't sit like this very long. I used to do it a lot longer, but my knees no longer work properly, so I can't sit like this very long. It used to not be a problem. And people would always be like, how can you still sit like that at your age? I don't know. Now it's an issue. I can't do it for very long, but I mean, it's really weird, you know, like I'm sitting in a chair, sitting in the Indian position, but I don't do it too often. The real point of that is I can do it, and it might be as close to like I know that was cheaty, but whatever. I don't know why it didn't place that. So yeah, I'm wondering everybody out there, like, leave me a comment. Like, what's a gaming quirk that you have? I mean, I don't even play. Oops. I don't even play with like inverted controls. I can't do it. Like I have tried and tried and tried to do inverted controls for like flying and everything. I just can't do it, even for flying. It just doesn't feel right. I don't know of anybody that does, to be perfectly honest. But then again, like, a lot of my friends from my childhood are nowhere around. They don't live here. I don't live in the same place anymore. I haven't lived in the same place long enough to still have a lot of friends. Unless you count Tweedledee and Tweedledum that are still out there. But I don't really talk to those two anymore. And the last time I saw either one of them, I was just kind of like, you know what? I don't even care anymore. Like 20 years ago I did, but now not so much. You know, it's just that whole like, you know, you grow up, you move on from what once tied you all together. Like, even if you took the military out of the equation, because I was gone for like 4 years. Even before then, I was not really around them too much. About the only person I still see on a, I was going to say daily basis. I don't really see him on a daily basis, but I see him more often than anybody else, is a friend from high school. I say friend, but I only recently met his wife. Like a couple months ago, I met his wife by accident. I was delivering a package to where she worked, and I asked for her name and everything. And when she said her last name, I was like, "Do you know this guy?" And she was like, "Yeah, that'd be my husband." I was like, "Oh, wow." Like I knew he was married, but I'd never met her. I'm still kind of hoping she wasn't freaked out by that either, because you know, I didn't actually mean to like say I knew him the way it probably came across, because I think I came across more like we were best friends, and no, we weren't. I want to make that perfectly clear, George. I'm sorry. If it came across like that to your wife, that was never meant. I don't think he even knows that I do YouTube and streaming. He's just somebody that I've known for the longest. I've known George for 25 years at the least. I see him a lot more than I see some of the other people I once knew. Mostly because he works at Walmart. I honestly don't know how he makes it just working at Walmart. I don't even really make it working for stupid FedEx. I was hoping that this was gonna like change things around, but it hasn't really grown to anything yet. Like there was so much that I wanted to do with this channel and streaming and building my own community. There's so many ideas I had. I just got no way of implementing them. For instance, I wouldn't mind running my own server for Minecraft. Not possible, though. I just don't have the resources to do it. I don't understand why we don't get wood from these. I know at one time we were trying to, like, form our own, like, YouTube channel. Honestly, this is something both me and my brother really wanted to do, like, a few years ago. But he hasn't been able to simply because of work. That and his idea of what he wanted to do changed. He really wants to make his own anime, his own cartoon, which he did quite a bit. One of his only fail points is he doesn't have any voice actors, so he was doing all the voice actors and voice acting himself. So my little brother trying to sound like a female is probably the most cursed thing on the planet. Sorry, bro. I really wish I could help him with that too. He wanted me to help, but I was like, the way you want me to help is not possible. And to explain, he wanted me to do artwork, which, if you've seen his stuff compared to what I have on my channel, yeah, he's out of my league. And he wanted me to help him do art. I was like, nah, that's not possible, bro. I am nowhere near doing what you can do these days. Which is funny because I was the one that went to college for art. And he's way beyond me and what I can do. He wanted me to do like scenery and such. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, just looking at what you've got, why are you asking me? You should be the one doing that. I mean, the intro that I have for like the last 4 years, my little brother made that. There's no way I could do that. Oh, come on. That's what I get for digging right there. I honestly don't even know if this is going to hold together. Oh, hi, Optimus. You're kind of in the way. Well, that's going to mess up the view from these windows. Let's find you a better place, buddy. I am Optimus Prime. Yeah. Honestly, what time is it? 9:56. We only got a few minutes. We probably should have worked on this a little bit. Like, maybe like organizing the interior and everything. I don't think I even fully established the top of this thing, did I? Oh no, it looks like I might have. I don't know. All I know is that thing's going to take a lot more resources for, especially for the thrusters. Because I think we've only gotten 2. Hang on, let's go check. I also need to repair this thing. It's completely destroyed. I just don't remember how I built it. Yeah, we've only got 2 ion thrusters, advanced ion thrusters so far. I'm not sure how many more I can even make. Just for the forward thrust, we need 6. So it's going to take a lot of thrusters. Oh yeah, that also reminds me, like, Can Fly 8385, if you're still out there, you're still watching these. Uh, remember when you said that this is kind of big? Well, remember, this ship isn't exactly a large ship either. It's kind of a medium size. So, yeah. Um, this platform definitely needs to be bigger. Like, hang on, let's do this real quick. Just put on God mode for a second, just so we can see the scale compared to the platform. Like, this thing's bigger than the base itself, and we're not ready for it. And this isn't even like I said, it's not even a big ship. I mean, these 2 are starter vessels, sort of. We've amped that one up a little bit. It's a little bit further along. I mean, we got drills on it for asteroids and things, but this is basically a starter vessel. And I mean, they're kind of small. This, considering it's supposed to be carrying a bunch of different little ships, because we need to be able to carry an attack ship with it. We need to be able to carry all sorts of things. That's why I've got this big platform back here. That's going to be a docking space for other capital vessels, other smaller ones. Like, we could actually take the yachts there and dock it here. But yeah, this thing's, again, it's not even a big one. That's not even the biggest size thruster you can get. So, whoops. I forgot we're in God mode still. So just imagine like what you can make. And then remember too that you really shouldn't make anything enormous because you're going to have problems. Either the game won't let you do it, or you're like going in and out of a planet or a moon. It's going to cause havoc. I know when I tried to land the Destiny on the planet, that was an interesting problem. I ran the nose of the Destiny into the ground. I was like, dang, this thing is huge. It was like I hadn't even really like entered the planet yet, and my nose is hitting the ground already. But then again, that is a big ship. I do like the idea of getting the Destiny working as a plausible ship. But the amount of resources that you would have to get the Destiny into the game, like there's so many antimatter thrusters on it that it's ridiculous. That thing would just straight up be a carrier. Like I can't even imagine how many cores it would take to actually get that to function. Does everybody even know what I'm talking about there? The Destiny? That is a ship from Stargate. I used to love Stargate. Technically, I still do, but they haven't done anything with the Stargate property in forever. So I feel like that franchise is just going to die because Stargate Universe... I've seen people say the Stargate Universe was good. No. I didn't like the concept of Stargate Universe. So, the concept of Stargate Universe... I see this. That's a problem. Actually, this one is too. So, the concept of Stargate Universe is that they... So, from the beginning of the series, my dog... Hey, Coco. He's a good dog. You say hi? Do you want to say hi? No? You don't want to speak? No, all right. Like I was saying, so the whole premise of Stargate Universe is throughout the main series, Stargate SG-1, we always heard them talking about gate codes and how gate codes are 7 chevrons uh, punched in a certain sequence, where the first 6 are the address and the 7th one is the point of origin. When Atlantis came along, they pointed out that 7 is not the max. You can actually do 8. And the 8th one is actually the uh, galaxy destination. I don't remember exactly how that works, but so 8 chevrons means that you can go to a different galaxy. Uh, in Stargate Universe, they find at the beginning of it, they find okay, they find a they find a gate that has the capability of dialing 9 chevrons, which nobody's ever heard of one doing 9 before. That's unheard of. It's a complete bizarre mystery, and that's where the show actually picks up. They are trying to figure it out, so they embed a system code or a algorithm into a video game to see if anybody can crack it. Because apparently us gamers are extremely smart, smarter than scientists apparently. Anyway, uh, so the main character, I don't even remember his name at this point, actually solves it. He cracks it, and that's where the show picks up. Is he does that, and we get Colonel O'Neill and the main scientist guy of that particular show come in. Whoops, seems we colored that a little bit, and that's where the show starts. Is it's them uh, trying to get this to activate. Well, a faction of the Goa'uld. I don't understand how they're still around, but a faction of them is come out and is trying to stop them because the amount of energy it's going to take to activate this 9th miracle gate address is enough to destroy a star, basically. It's not actually how that works, but you get the idea. And they're trying to stop them, stop the humans from doing it because they want the technology effectively. That's pretty much what everything is about. Anyway, the main character and the main scientist dude managed to get it up and running, and everybody evacuates through the portal, through the Stargate. Unfortunately, there's not another Stargate that they can connect to. It was only that one, and it got destroyed in the attack. Or the supernova. It's something like that. I don't really remember the exact details, but that Stargate gets destroyed, and they can't produce enough power on any other Stargate to send them out to wherever they're at. They don't know where they're at. It's a while later before they find out they are on the Destiny. And the Destiny's whole purpose is it's an ancient ship. And the Ancient Ones are something that played a major role throughout SG-1. And in this, they're null and void. They're not around. I don't know why. They're just not around. So it's up to them to like survive, and they're trying to figure out like, okay, how do we get back? And eventually they find methods to go back. However, the lead scientist guy who throughout the show is basically the antagonist to the entire crew. It's revealed that the whole reason he's like what he is and thinking that they should stay and complete Destiny's mission is because Destiny has discovered that the MBR, or not Destiny, but the Ancients discovered that the MBR, microwave background radiation, isn't really what everybody thinks it is. All the Ancients think it is. It's actually a code, a written algorithm. So Destiny's on a mission to go out beyond the Big Bang and discover like where that signal is coming from or where it came from because it predates the Big Bang. If you've been around on my channel a lot, I don't like the idea of the Big Bang. I think there was a Big Bang. I don't think it was a Big Bang that created the universe. I have very different opinion on what the Big Bang is. I do think there was some kind of explosion, but not what they think. Anyway, that's the whole purpose of Destiny. It's on a mission to cross all of known space and go beyond that to figure out where this signal originated from. It's honestly kind of a lame story. Once they finally uncover that, it's kind of lame. It's kind of like, oh, okay. And the ancients didn't think of another way to like get on and off this ship because they knew it was going to take a long, long, long time for it to get out that far. It's well beyond the gate system that the ancients built. Like, well beyond it. What are you doing? He's digging into my jackets. I don't know. I don't think anybody can see that, but he's dug into my jackets. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta go get those too. But yeah, that's what the Destiny is, and that's what it's meant for. And it is probably the biggest ship in all of Stargate. Like, I don't think there's any ship that even compares to it. And here, it's got to be one of the biggest ships ever made in Empyrion. I think somebody has made a full-scale Star Destroyer, which that has got to be. That is honestly like one of the biggest ships ever. Though there is a video on YouTube of ship sizes, and some of them, like once you see how big they are compared to other ships that you know and love, like they're insane. I don't remember what the biggest ship is. I know the biggest structure. Actually, I don't know what the biggest structure is, but I know one of the biggest structures in that video is a halo ring. It is absurdly large. But I think they start off with some small ships, like an X-Wing or something. And then they start getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And some of the ships, like, if you don't know the show, it'd be like, oh my gosh, that is kind of big. But once you see like the actual scale compared to everything, and it starts off on the planet, like I don't remember. I think they're like in New York. Is the scale size, and once you get past how big the planet is, and start seeing some of these other things, it's just like good grief. They did one for mechs too, and that stupid Gungan Larden or whatever it is, that dang thing. That mecha is absurdly large. I think it would take you 100 lifetimes to travel the entire ship, the entire mecha. 100 lifetimes just to travel the entire thing. That thing is absolutely insane. I mean, it should be. If you've ever seen that anime, that they're throwing around galaxies. I only know that because if you don't know Death Battle does fantasy characters versus other fantasy characters, and they did one where it was I think it was Kyle Renner versus the main character of Gungan Laudern, whatever the show's called, and um, Kyle. I think I said that wrong. Kyle lost that battle, which is unusual for a a DC character to lose, because DC is just that overpowered ridiculousness. It's very rare that they lose a fight to any other thing. And if they do, it's usually a matchup within the Marvel realm. Though there are some outliers there. And Death Battle has some really, really weird matchups too. Like, for instance, they did Starscream from Transformers versus Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony. I'll give you 3 seconds to think about that and think who do you think won that. And you could probably tell by my tone who who won that. Yeah, Rainbow Dash ate a Transformer. And I don't mean that jokingly either. She literally ate him, which is kind of absurd because Starscream. I forget exactly what Starscream is. Starscream's not a normal Transformer. I think he's like a reincarnation of. Uh-oh. I think he's like a reincarnation of Unicron or something. You know what? We're gonna have to end here. It's already 10:20, so that's as much as we can get done with the platform tonight. Eventually, I will pull this into a creative world and fix it. Though this is just gonna remain as it is. And so let's fly up again to kind of show the scale. Like, remember, this is incomplete here. And this is just a storage area. This is not like a full-on base of any sort with a lot of different things going on. That's literally just a storage area. And then this platform is now sort of big enough to host this thing. Like, we definitely need to get it bigger so that this doesn't dwarf the platform, the landing pad. I mean, even looking at some of the other ships, like, it's still, like, these are small vessels, and they're still pretty big, even compared to this. So, yeah, we got a lot of work left to do. But, yeah, there you go. We'll get more done in the future. This coming week is going to be slightly different for me. So I will post this, but our times for what we're going to do are going to be slightly different. For instance, I actually will be working Tuesday, which they had been giving me off Tuesday like pretty consistently. I won't be working, or I will be working Tuesday, so I'm not going to be able to like just bounce around different games Tuesday. Wednesday is also an interesting day because I will have Wednesday off. However, it is somebody's birthday Wednesday, so I will probably not stream as much as I have been on my off days. We will see. I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but I don't expect to be on a whole lot on Wednesday. Monday, however, I am off work, and we'll see what happens there because I've got to get my car out of the shop. It's been there for about 2 weeks now, and it's finally finished. I couldn't pick it up yesterday because of work, but it's finally finished, and I should be able to go and get it Monday. So depending on when I go get it and what all I can get done that day, because I'm gonna have to get all my like weekly shopping done Monday. Um, we will try and do all of our different things on Monday. Monday is supposed to be Minecraft Day, and I do need to put some work into my creative world. It's not for anything creative. It is specifically for the 100 subscriber video. So I need to put some work in on that. Um, Specifically, just setting it up. Once I have it set up, we will. I'll get to recording on that eventually. I know it's going to be a little bit behind the fact that we finally hit 100 like 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. I don't really remember exactly when we hit 100, but we did. And yeah, I will get to work on that video. Probably, maybe Monday we'll go to that creative world and work on the thing that I need to do. I got a lot more to do on that too, so we may even do a little bit of redstone because I got to do a few things over there. Though I'm not exactly sure what. I mean, I do know what. I just don't know if that's what I want to do. But anyway, yeah, I will see you guys later. And until next time, guys, remember, I'm Natanis Likens,